Lime, duh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it again, baby. Hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Soundboard malfunction. All right, it's not working. I have no idea why. Hold on, how about that? Hold on. Holy shit.
I actually have to take my dog for a walk, so I'll probably be back in like 5 minutes.
Yo, should we just keep this? I mean, this is hilarious.
Yes. Yeah.
Yo, fuck it. Soundboard's not working.
Yeah, who cares?
Who gives a shit right now? Well,
who cares about the soundboard?
We just finished. Literally, we're in the Kowzoom Thunderdome. If you know what that is for the patrons, we watch pay-per-views together. The Thunderdome is back. We are literally just finished the main event of All Out, and nothing's working here because our minds are fucking. Oh, there we go. This is exactly what I wanted.
The systems got shocked.
The system just got shocked, baby.
The system.
Yeah, the soundboard's working just in time. Yes. Oh my God. Wow, we got everybody doing the yes chants. Look at this. I mean, all right. So let's just say this was one of the most. I'm going to go into it. By the way, the new episodes are coming out on Mondays. This is our first day coming out on Mondays, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us while we shift schedules after our Vegas show, and we're switching everything up as the landscape of wrestling is going crazy. You can support this podcast, patreon.com/comedians of wrestling. You know how to do it. Thank you. We do this. We are grassroots. We are one of the most ambitious podcasts on the planet, so please help us out. Give us a couple bucks. We'd appreciate it. But yeah, we just finished All Out, and that was one of the most fun. Let's just not overthink it. One of the most fun watching experiences of a wrestling show that I personally had ever had. Now we still have a bunch of the patrons in here who watched it with me, and they're all. We did yes chants together. Everybody's nodding along. Everyone agrees that was just a fucking blast. Wrestling at its finest. I would also say, Newman's with me, by the way, the nasty one here. He's a nasty, nasty boy.
How about it?
Yo, I would also say what I was feeling is like this is kind of tonight felt like the culmination of this of like the indie boom going mainstream. For me, where it's like when you see a guy like Adam Cole, you see a guy like Darby Allin, you see a guy like CM Punk, you see a guy like Daniel Bryan show up in a wrestling company that is more about that voice that Vince has been trying to co-opt, and I don't know. Let's even give him a little bit of credit. He's tried to like bring those guys into his vision of wrestling, but very unsuccessfully a lot of the time. This is like the culmination of like, here is a home for these guys. And for me, it's not Daniel. For me, Adam Cole is the biggest one. I don't know why in my mind. Because it just shocked me to see him because I used to watch him at PWG all the time, do the Adam Cole babies. He was so over. He was part of Bullet Club. And then he went to NXT and he became the face of NXT. And for him to show up in AEW so confidently and feel so much more at home, just see him with the Elite. Be honest, it looked better than Undisputed ever really. Like it made them completely it rendered them obsolete, right? Like immediately because it was authentic, right?
Right. I'm
jumping all over the place and I'm gonna all these points, but there's a thing in the improv book you have to read when you start doing improv. Truth and Comedy, right? It's like in the first 3 pages or whatever, where it's like, when's the hardest you ever laugh? It's probably not like a joke someone tells you, right? Like the hardest you ever laugh is like sitting around with your friends and someone tells a story about like the time that you like fell off the toilet and everyone's like, we were there, that really happened. And you laugh harder there than any like written or scripted comedy. And I think that's some of the magic when you see like a guy like Adam Cole in his proper place with like his actual clan. And that shit, no matter how hard Triple H and Vince try to replicate, they can't do it. The only way to do it is by having everything in its right place. Like Tony Khan's like, here's a venue for you to just do what you do and just go do it. And I don't understand how anyone turns on Raw tonight. I can't understand how you could be. I mean, look, I'll put on Raw because I'm gonna be at home with my dad, and my dad will, like, we'll watch Raw together. Like, we'll put it on. But like, man, the excitement level of AEW, they knew they keep knocking it out of the fucking park. Like, they keep being like, hey, we're like. Do you even like Cody's almost irrelevant now, right? Like they showed up with this show. Oh man, I'm jonesing. I'm shaking here. You're like they showed up, and they're like, we want to. I remember him being like, I want to really do it. Like we're trying to really do it. And then every step of the way, they've been like, we are a real competition for WWE. Keep doubting us. Keep underestimating us. And they have money wherever it comes from. Look, I told you I don't want to see their P&L statement. It does. I'm sure it doesn't look good. The wages and salaries lines is probably a joke. It's way bigger than what they're making. But just like anything, all these streaming services, they're making money. They're losing money, right? Like Apple, is Apple making a ton of money on streaming? Probably not. But they're like, no, we're just trying to take it over, and that's how you do it. And so what Tony Khan is doing is like, I want to. There's a 75-year-old guy who has an iron fist, has a clench on pro wrestling, and I have enough money to wait out his death. And that's honestly what he's doing, right?
Right.
And he's like, and I'm going to start my own fucking movement here. And I can't see how, and like, I know I sound like a fucking mark to some people. I can't see how this is, when they have the United Center, the Now Center, sold out like that, and you have that level of excitement for guys who were jobbers on your company. Right? How could this not be something that they're worried about? And the Adam Cole thing, baby, Daniel Bryan, these got to be concerns for them. Those are two of their huge stars, no?
Yeah, I mean, unless they see it like look how this, like they think less of the product because it's like, oh, look, jobbers get over there. You know, that's the only way I could think of. Maybe they would justify it.
Yeah, I mean, or that WWE's just Tullo's in the house here. He just went to go. He took his dog to pee, and then you pee outside with your dog, right? That's like one of your moves.
Same time, yeah.
Yeah.
I would just like.
I like it. It's effective. It's efficient.
Synchronized. It's synchronized.
Yeah. I love that for you,
Dan. I need to make this very clear.
Do it.
I have told you.
Make this point very clear, though.
I have told you.
No, Tullo, make it clear though. Like, say
go back in the
clearly.
records and all these fucking marks here. We got Pittner, we got Tony, Susan, Emily, Harry.
Wow. These are
Jack,
your supporters. You just said all
Julie,
these fucking marks. What are you doing?
Julio. Yo, dude, listen to me. Y'all know I've been saying this. When Dan asked, there was that rumor back in the day when the sheets where we were fucking reading the sheets about Adam Cole's contract and stuff, I said, this dude is going to AEW. I'm telling you, when his contract is up,
wrong.
He's going to AEW.
I was way wrong.
You said,
you're right.
No way Daniel Bryan goes to AEW. I said, he's going to AEW. CM Punk, AEW. Everybody's going to AEW. And I'm telling you right now, look me in my eyes, and you're all here to witness this. Charlotte Flair will be in AEW sooner than you fucking believe, okay? She's going to be there so fucking fast. Her and Ric Flair are going to show up there. They're going to blow the fucking roof off whatever place it is. This is the craziest shit of all time.
Here's the deal.
And it's all happening, and it's amazing.
Here's the deal. Like, what is an exciting moment right now? It's a very exciting. They did blow. I just get ready for it because we're just coming right after the recording here. They did blow, folks. We love blow, don't we, folks? We like a nice big. I like a heaping mound. But no, forget that. I'm saying they blew a lot of their pops tonight, right? Like they all their surprises. They're like, here's our guys. Here's Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan, and I think it's a fucking great move. To be honest, they've been ahead of me like every step of the way. And Tullo is right. And it's not that they've been ahead of me per se. They just had like a different I'll call it that. I don't need to be I could take the hit. But they went a different track than I expected. They went way more confidently than I thought they would. Yeah. Which is like they're like, hey, we don't need to rely on surprises. Like that's kind of old hat in wrestling. Like it's like what we're gonna do is just deliver you a roster of the guys that you want to see, the feuds you want to see, the matches that you want to see. Right.
More importantly, it doesn't matter what company you wrestle for. The Forbidden Door is a real fucking thing. That thing is wide open. It don't matter if you're GCW. Mox is the GCW champ. That
Yeah.
shit might fucking be on Dynamite next week. You don't know. Mox is about to fucking wrestle. What's his name? Suzuki, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what is even going on? This doesn't even make any sense.
It's a beautiful thing. No, but see, it's what's going on is just it's I can only put it this way: is that
Screaming.
we are now have a post-pandemic gift. And even though we're still in the pandemic,
Right.
even though post-pandemic is
gift.
only how I think about it because I had COVID and I'm vaccinated. And so I conveniently believe that I'm out of the woods, which is just stupid. But irrelevant. Don't ruin this for me, okay? But what I'm saying is that I some things we're seeing is why we're wrestling fans, honestly.
Yeah.
Is because wrestling is so much more than what happens when between the bell, you know? And that's what's hard to describe to people about wrestling. Is that it's a full culture and that like what goes on outside of the ring, including like contract negotiations, are fun. You know what I mean? Like it's all part of it. Like what other thing is you hear like music hit and then that tells you everything you need to know. You know, like
Right.
I don't know what else to say about wrestling. It's so beautiful. I think of the moment when we were in Vegas. I talked about this on the bonus episode. By the way, bonus episode out now. We go through the full behind the scenes about Vegas. But I think about the moment where Christina, who's not a huge wrestling, she likes wrestling, but not like us. She's not like a mark like us. And Punk debuted and Newman knocked on the door. We're rehearsing the match. Newman knocks on the door and he just holds the phone up, says nothing, and it's Punk entering on an AEW stage, right? And the way we all just collectively moved towards stop whatever you're doing, watch this. We all look at each other. I think a couple of us were like, "Yo, I got goosebumps just watching people
I think
go
I was
crazy."
crying.
It's a language, you know what I mean? And we are seeing the culmination of like almost like a Handmaid's Tale style like repression of enjoying wrestling. You know what I mean? Where it's like we've been. You know what I mean? We've been like
You're right.
fed.
Being a wrestling fan is like women being subjugated.
All right, come on. You could take the extreme.
You're right. I'm
example.
agreeing with you.
It's a fictional. Well, whatever.
Why are you getting heated? I'm agreeing with you. It's the
WWE
same
just
exact thing.
Doesn't let wrestling be itself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like whatever's going on in the fucking indie scene, okay, of wrestling, what gets these guys popular, what's it called? Like the Peter principle, where you like raised to a level of incompetence or whatever. I think that's what it is.
I'm not familiar with
where
that.
it's like all right, if you're a teacher, you get rewarded by becoming the principal, and then now you have an administrative job. Like when you're a great teacher, now all of a sudden you have a completely different profession for
Right.
being good at being a teacher. You know.
Got it.
And that's like,
Which would be a
so you
great
get
gimmick in
rewarded
wrestling.
by being a great wrestler by going to WWE and dressing like the Spirit Squad, right?
Right.
Like, so you're like, okay, like you got rewarded. Now you're in a circus act when you were a professional wrestler in a place where CM Punk pointed out you can't even call yourself. You're not even called wrestlers.
Right.
You know, you're not allowed to call yourself a wrestler. You're a superstar, right? Very fucking fun. Like, and then what's cool, the other part of it that like you can't explain to people, like someone sitting there like, oh, why is this such a big deal? It's like, oh, he hasn't wrestled in 7 years. You're kind of like, all right, so, but it's like, it's not that. It's about how he left and what CM Punk stood for and the movement that he ushered in. Like CM Punk is basically is responsible for the success of so many other talents, you know? So
Right.
people are like, I'm not a CM Punk guy. It's like, no, you kind of have to be because like without CM Punk, you have almost none of the guys who don't look like fucking Ultimate Warrior. You know what I mean? And then what you get is Bobby Lashley as the champion, who like they say he has a broken skull session. I'm like, wait, what? He's deserving to sit down with Stone Cold? And I'm like, oh, wait, he's been here 17 years and he's the champion. You're like, he's done nothing to make me think that he deserves to even have an hour conversation with Stone Cold, you know? But like, I just think, my point is when you look at Daniel Bryan and you see him in that, you're like, oh man, I love to see what this guy will do in this environment. And that's just the beauty of wrestling. It's like all the unspoken shit, you know?
Yeah, and that's the beauty. I mean, that's the beauty of AEW right now is that they're doing the fun things. It seems like they realize the canvas that they have is is one where you can do anything, and so they're giving us what we want. Maybe not what we expect, like that old Anthony King thing.
There's so much space to grow there as a professional wrestler. Like, I mean, Dark and Elevation are just shows that you can benefit greatly off of just being on. Like,
well, the wrestling matters.
The wrestling matters. There's rankings. It like wins and losses matter. You can stack up wins. Now they got 2 shows going. I mean, Rampage is just an absolute blast. I mean, wow. I mean, it doesn't even feel like anything we've ever had before as wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's just an hour of perfect television for me, 9 o'clock, which is fantastic, by the way. It's just great. It's just, this is it. I mean, like, I don't think WWE can do anything to respond to this. It doesn't matter what
let's put it into
NXT looks
perspective.
like.
Like, Becky just came back, and Brock just came back. Those should be big deals, and I barely care, and I barely care for I'm more interested in a Christian match, and I don't even like Christian. I'm not like a huge Christian mark, But that was like one of my favorite Christian matches. That was like one of the best Christian matches I've ever seen, and some of that is like that. This just people get shit for. You're like, a lot of it is AEW, right? Like, is like the fact that it's happening in AEW. Are we taking questions? I'm cool taking questions right now, by the way.
Yes.
Tony Shad, you got a question? I'll take a question. You have a theory to respond to, you saying?
Yeah.
Right. Right. I mean,
yeah.
Of course. Also, now you're right, because now it's like the mid card of WWE is almost non-existent. What?
Pause. We're not going to have their audio. So what Tony was saying was that the reason that Becky and Brock is not exciting is because it's just going to be we know we're going to see the same thing we saw when they were before they went away, and now we're getting all these mashup kind of stuff, and it's that's why it's more exciting.
Well, nothing matters in WWE. Like, it just doesn't. It just, at this point, like, people just come out and just be like, I'm gonna wrestle you now.
Well, look. There is good shit going on in WWE as well. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of stuff going on in WWE right now that we should care about. But it's more about how much attention do we got, and how much do we how can we spread thin? Like, hopping between caring about 2 companies is not really something we're used to doing. We're not really used to seeing 2 equal shows. So now, like, even when you look at a title, so when it's like, I saw a Roman Finn clip, and I was like, this match looked fucking good. Finn looked like $1 million, right? And then I saw Seth had Cesaro with the bar in his mouth, and you're like, Cesaro, Seth, like, those are fucking amazing wrestlers who AEW would kill to have.
Right.
It's not about that. It's just like, right now, I only really want to watch AEW. Like, that's all I want to focus on. And then AEW's got me really excited to watch. Like, I'm watching some of the Cardona shit. You know what I mean? In GCW. And for the first time, I'm care about a guy like Nick Gage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, these are, because of the Forbidden Door, they're all an extension of AEW. AEW is the mothership in like Independence Day. It's the ship in the sky. But there's like, every single Alien movie, the way you kill all them, because there's no time to just kill all of them individually. If you kill the mothership, they all shut down. You know what I mean? Right. That's like AEW's like this mothership, becoming this like mothership for all this independent wrestling. And so far, all these companies are like, hey, they're rising. This is like, what's it? High tides rise all ships or whatever. They're like, hey, this is just elevating all of us. This is making GCW more money. I get every expression wrong today, right? I mean, I'm fine. Why do I even bother, folks? Anyway, I I think I got to run to the fucking airport right now. I was like, I got to record right now. But I was like, I got to fly to New York to go watch Raw with my dad. But Tullo, Newman, you guys want to go through all the matches specifically? Not you don't have to go through every single one, but just go. You want to go through them a little bit, but when I bounce.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, you can just talk about the card. You don't have to when I go through every single thing. That's dope. I just want to say that I do believe I will defend out of character here, but I will give Tullo credit as having the spiked Croc before the spiked Nike. I would say that possibly a stolen spot.
Two of them now. Magic Killer through the table and spiked Croc now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Dope. I'd say the one thing I'll say before I head out is I think the match of the night for me was the Kenny Christian match, actually. Like, I thought it was going to be the tag match in the cage, but I really just, I don't know. I felt like that was like Kenny's return to form for me. And was it a coincidence that he had great pants on? The answer is no to that. And is it a coincidence that I didn't say CM Punk and he wore pants and he's more of a trunks guy? It's not. I don't like him wearing pants. Those pants were fine. They were fine ultimately. But here's my beef with CM Punk wearing pants. It's because he's a trunks guy, so it reads as insecurity. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him, and he's such a confident guy that part of what works about Punk is that, like, he'll throw on the trunks even when he's out of shape because he had, like, too many vegan donuts or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think that bothers me. And also, I just want to tell everybody is that I rock trunks, so I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want. That's part of why I always wrestle in trunks, baby. I say whatever I want to say. Okay. But yo, everybody, I'm flying to New York. I'll be back for the bonus episode, which we're going to record 100% after Dynamite this week. Because we got to just see what the hell happens on Dynamite this week. We're going to have Adam Cole promo, a Daniel Bryanson promo. I mean, Daniel Bryanson, and now he's a hip-hop guy, so that's interesting. Came out to some hip-hop music. That didn't feel right. I hope they change that. But he had a top knot in.
He's hype beast,
a lot
Daniel
to talk
Bryan.
about. All right. Hey, everybody. Well, keep listening to Tullo and Newman. Kisses.
get out of here, you fucking Mark.
Genetic freak. What?
I mean, this guy. I mean,
Phil.
I hope he has his headphones on and he hears all this.
Are you coming through OBS as well? Would you come on cam? Or is that you not rolling the main app? He's not even there. He's asleep. All right, let's keep it going. Did you see the whole thing? Did you see? It's you have a full head of hair. What the fuck are you talking about? Gotta put a hat on.
Okay, so I started at the tag match in the cage, and wow, oh wow,
wowzers!
What a fucking match! I mean, talk about just. I don't know. I just setting the tone, and that's crazy because I'm seeing Miro versus Eddie Kingston's on my TV right now. I know the Britt and then the Moxley match, and this card was insane.
It was, I mean, truly a great pay-per-view. I'm pulling up. My mind is so wiped.
Yeah, easy cut is Big Show. Like easy,
yeah,
solid, big time cut. Stop doing that Nightmare Family stuff. That shit's done. Malachi Black cut a promo. He's about to fucking knock Dustin Rhodes' head off, like his fucking whole entire body.
Oh, oh my god, that fucking promo from Malachi Black. Could this guy be more one of my guys? No,
I know it's
no,
because you know why? You know why, Newman? I figured it out for you. He's entering that Taker zone for you now. Mm-hmm. Finally, like he has Taker's your number one, right?
Yep,
I think.
Yep.
Right. So now Aleister Black is transitioning. This is how much I know my guy Newman here. Aleister Black is in this beautiful transition to becoming this Undertaker of AEW now. Like it is here. He sits in the middle. He's neither heel nor face. He is just this being here to test the emotions and mental fortitude of all of his opponents. And
collect a debt that you co-signed when you stepped in the ring. Amazing.
I mean, the guy just knocking blocks off. It's insane.
And he has to stop coming out with such fire merch. My wallet cannot.
I have to get that back print front patch pocket. Like, I mean,
the House of Black member one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally been purging merch in my closet by the day. Like, I'm pulling stuff out. I need new stuff, only good stuff, and all the other trash is out.
I need to do a massive purge of just my entire wardrobe.
Yeah, it's nice. You guys should do it. If you haven't done it, just go into your closet and do it. It's very important. What other matches? So how?
Oh, the
Britt
women's
Baker,
battle royal.
Oh yeah,
was great.
That shit rock. Ruby Soho.
Ruby Soho. Very pumped for her. I would like to see.
That's so wild. You know, it's like.
No, I mean that's the thing is I'm having trouble even like recalling what we just experienced because I mean not only just the ending, right? Like the ending, but like the whole night was just like when's the last I'm excited about wrestling again.
Yeah.
The fuck, you know? Like
and like same thing like what did Dan say? His favorite match of the night was Kenny versus Christian, right? And what was Dan saying the whole entire time up until this match? I'm not into Kenny. I don't like Kenny as champ. And I'm like, dude, you don't understand. This is what he does.
Right.
He makes you doubt him, and then he just comes out, puts on a banger, comes out looking like $1 million. I said he's gonna piss me off. He's gonna fucking wear some shitty pants. And guess what he did? He said, fuck you, Tullo. Eat a dick salad. And he fucking came out in glitter galore. It's like it's the best. It's
yeah. It's what
do you even say?
I don't know. Because even somebody like Adam Cole, who's not one of Dan's guys, had Dan yelling.
Yeah.
Yelling.
I mean, he's like so deeply one of my guys. This guy is the coolest, man. And they had Undisputed Era, this incredible faction that was more over than anything I've seen in wrestling. So hot. Got me back into wrestling tenfold. They were that piece of wrestling that like grabbed me by the throat and brought me back into wrestling. I was like, these dudes
and you're like
rule.
And like watching it then, it's like, what would be better? What could be better than this?
No, yeah. I was a diehard NXT fan because of Undisputed Era, hands down. They were changing the landscape of wrestling. And then I don't know.
Now the landscape has changed. Phil said it best. Everything's different now. Man, oh man. Look, I'm tired as fuck. I think we covered it. I'm not going to be Dan's fucking pack mule here carrying this whole goddamn show. All right?
That guy.
We've been recording for about 30 minutes. That's a podcast episode. Nick, you have anything else you want to say? Phil?
I love professional wrestling. That was the coolest. I mean, to hop on here and experience that with everybody, I think we deserve that as professional wrestling fans. That was a lot of fun.
We do.
And I had a lot of doubt about AEW in the beginning, and I think my doubt was in a good place, honestly. I think my criticisms about how they like were doing things and how they did it, but then they transitioned into this like, all right, we're just fucking going for it. And Tony Khan went all in, and we're reaping the benefits right now of it. It's a new era of professional wrestling, and I'm fucking happy to be a part of it for sure.
Let's go.
Because we are a part of it. So whether you like it or not.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for joining us in the Thunderdome. Keep watching wrestling. Go fuck yourself.